Case Study 0036, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, with comedian and improviser Raju Ben. The California coast is terrorized by two enormous prehistoric sea creatures as they battle each other for supremacy of the sea. If only it was that simple.
Oh, for sure. I'm on the couch.
Yes, thank you. Relaxed?
Mm-hmm. Sarah McLachlan is in my head singing right now, so I'm
good.
very relaxed.
Raju, how are you doing?
I am doing great, Tressa.
That's really good to hear. How did this movie affect you?
It affected me in so many ways. I feel like I say this every time we do these. There is a shot for me in movies. After watching movies like this, like sometimes I'm like, I think I need to take an acting class. I got to tap into other emotions that I block with like a center block to block off those emotions so I don't cry.
Sure.
But because of these movies, I feel that I can make a living in movies like this.
You know what? I can see that.
Yeah.
I think that you would be amazing in these movies.
Oh, thank you. That's all I needed to hear. And hopefully they're listening to this podcast and give me a shot.
Or not, because we say bad things about them.
Which is true. Which is so true. And I feel like if I'm in those movies, I constantly have to preface it to my friends, families, and friends like, hey, first of all, Steven Spielberg did not direct this, nor did he write this. I had anything to do with the screenplay. So please don't judge me.
This is not a promising young student.
No.
This may have been a student at some point, but they weren't paying attention.
Not at all. They half-assed every class for 5 years. Oh,
Right.
wait. I want to ask you something. How are you doing?
Oh. Anyway, so this movie starts off in Alaska.
Yes, it does.
And it is the longest credit sequence ever.
It is, but I have a theory on that.
Yes.
They want to showcase everybody who was involved in this fucking massacre. And you get their names out early, say, hey, I had nothing to do with this. It was this guy, Ace Hannon.
It had nothing to do with me. It was that other guy.
That other guy.
There were like 20 people holding me back from some really amazing shit.
Oh, my God. I had so many good ideas.
So many.
I had a lot of original shit that looked better than this, but they said, no, it's not in the budget. Throw it out.
God damn it.
Long ass credits in the beginning.
Yeah, and I cannot stress how confusing this movie was in general.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to start off in Alaska, and it's nonstop confusion.
It is. And
from start to beginning.
And here's why. And
yeah.
I took some notes on it. It's reason it's nonstop confusion because it's misleading. So I said someone else's mounting video, which was beautiful, of the ice mountain and the caps. Beautiful. It wasn't theirs. They asked for the rights for that.
Yes.
And then I instantly said, shitty CGI, sub and water. That's their shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That seems like it's too expensive to be theirs.
Oh, you think so? So you think that got that from another person?
I feel like it's all either stock footage or bad CGI in stock footage.
I like that. Yeah, that's a very good perspective, and I agree with that. It was so weird because they didn't even seamlessly put it together. It was like this hard to this.
Yes.
It was like, wait, then it was light to fuzzy dark.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Oh my God, yes.
Like, what is going on here? And this is the 5-minute opening credits.
Yes. The movie has not even fucking started.
No, not a single person.
The fuck?
We're
just seeing snow-capped mountains for like 5, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Who fucking knows?
Who knows?
And then we get I don't know what comes first. The helicopter that I don't know who they are, why I care.
Yeah.
Or the submarine, which is Debbie Gibson and Pal.
And it's great you said Debbie Gibson because obviously you know who Debbie Gibson is.
Sure.
Yeah. She
You
was a
do
singer.
not, did you?
I did not know. It literally it took my wife to say, "Oh, I know her from somewhere. She must be. She's a singer." My sister used to listen to her. I'm like, "You don't know what the fuck you talking about? Ain't no damn singer. This is a D-list actress." And then I looked her up. I said, "Oh shit, she is a singer."
Yeah, she was a early '90s mall touring singer, much like Tiffany. You remember Tiffany and all? You're too young to remember.
Give me a song of Tiffany.
No, I can't. I Think We're Alone Now. Was that her?
Oh my God, I wanted you to sing it.
Absolutely not.
Okay then, yeah, because that could have been stored forever.
Yeah, I'm not stupid.
But I get that mall singing stuff. Those were like the things. That's when malls were like the it places. Hey, we got a tour for you. You're gonna go all across the Midwest to all the shopping centers.
Yes.
What do you think of that? I want to do it.
I think she even had a perfume.
Shut up.
I think so. She was huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is the movie she get.
This is the movie she gets.
Wow.
Yep.
My brain is blown because.
But to be fair, she
Okay.
was very smart in this movie.
She was the.
I mean, I guess.
She was the main person who kept coming up with all the shit to do the shit and shit to get done.
Well said.
Yeah, that came out as articulate as possible.
I still, after watching the entire movie twice, well, kind of watching it. The second time I watched it, I was like, I don't think I can do this.
It was a struggle. It was hard.
I was in the middle of watching the insurrection stuff.
Oh, yeah, of
And
course.
I was like, I can't deal with this right now.
Mhm.
I should probably do this. And then I put it on and I was like, I can't.
You can't do that either.
No,
Yeah.
I need
hmm
I need to watch TikTok for a few hours.
Oh my God. You sound like me. So here's how it went. My first night, fell asleep. Didn't get past the opening credits. Right to say, but I was like, fuck this. Got up the next day, was working. It was like, Roger, you're going to be an adult and you're going to work because I was working from home and you're going to watch this. And I put it on and I watched it and it hurt. It hurt.
It was
so
painful.
bad. Wow. I felt like if someone was to torture me and say, either I'm going to gouge your eyeballs out or you're going to watch this movie. Gouge my eyeballs. Take them out.
mean, I would at least think about it.
It'd be the quickest thought ever. It's like after watching the opening credits, like take the eyeballs. You can have the eyeballs. I don't need them. I don't want them. It's yours.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I was so looking forward to watching this movie because one of my business cards for this podcast has the poster. It's a different poster than what they use, but it's a poster of a mega shark eating an airplane. And I was like, this is going to be amazing.
Oh my God,
It's
that's
gonna
your
be so good.
songbird. That's your songbird. Yeah.
And this was not amazing.
Yeah, it was not. But I get where you were thinking, like, this is going to come to full circle and everything is going to align. And then you watched and you said, no.
Where did it go wrong?
It went crazy. The pilot, that guy threw me off.
I don't understand why he was there. What happened? I know that they were like major plot points that I missed because I don't care.
Yeah.
I know the helicopter dropped something and
Yes.
that was supposed to be bad, but it was like a sonar thing, so
Yeah.
I don't know how that made the shelf of the
Thing split, correct? So here's my theory. So
Yeah.
that item is called LFAS.
right.
That's what it's called. And it was it was discombobulating, I believe, the whales, and I believe the whales hit the ice. That's the only thing I can think of because it was not clear enough.
Oh, that's right, because they're headed right towards the word, whatever it is.
20 degrees down bubble. What the fuck was that?
Dude, every part. Okay, hold on. I just looked at my notes for the first time. Like, I've got points.
Go ahead.
First off, was this whole movie part of the same universe as Triassic Hunt? Because the helicopter pilot had a huge gash in his lip.
Yeah, I didn't draw that connection, but now
mean-
you're saying it.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, what are they got? All these actors like helicopter guy. You're gonna be helicopter guy. You're gonna be Jurassic guy in there, and then you're gonna be like volcano guy in another movie. Then we got something called tornado guy. So we're gonna give you all that stuff. But you're right. It's crazy. My mind is blown that I see the connection.
I'm saying they're in the sub, and I think this was even before the whales were ramming into the continental shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was like a avalanche.
Yeah.
And like the whole half of the continental shelf fell off, which is huge.
Yes, that's a big, massive piece.
Huge. Half of it?
Yes, but here's the thing. They did not visually show that.
No.
Because what they visually showed was almost as if someone had an ice cube that fell out of their hand and hit the floor. Like, oh, that's how it looked. But what they said, yes.
Vince said.
Yes, it was huge because even them in a submarine were bobbing around. And then that caused the pilot to fucking crash.
Okay. What? Okay. So Vince, one of the other guys that we never see after this scene, is like, oh my God, half the continental shelf just... And then Debbie's like, Vince, it's okay.
That's it. So calm.
Is it? Is it okay? Because that's half of a continental shelf.
So let's connect the dots. If that's coming off and falling off, my brain said global warming.
Thank you.
That's a big ass piece. We need to fix something. We need to roll back emissions even more. Let's be
like,
worried.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
We're here for whales.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Vince.
I love whales.
Yes.
I'm
then
in a sub.
Yeah, who gives a shit? We're underwater.
Yeah, we're fine. These big ass blue whales were coming towards us in this small ass sub, and we're fine. I'm not panicking. I'm just going to tilt the sub this way, and they're going to swim by us, even though they discombobulated from the LFAS transmitter, which is causing them to move in frantic ways.
And before I go any further, I have to point out that the person that's pushing the buttons in the sub...
Yes, the guy behind... Well, everyone, but the guy behind her. Go ahead. Let me hear it.
No. I'm talking about the hand we see pushing the buttons with black fingernail polish.
Okay.
And then they show her with her hand fully right next to her face, no finger polish.
Yes.
So she's got like some crazy fingernail polish design going on. You get it. That's awesome. Or there's another person there we don't see.
I love that you saw that part. Now you're going to fucking make me watch it for a third time. Because I missed the fingernail polish. You know what I focus on?
What?
None of those buttons were working. And one button was like, it was not even properly glued down. It was just leaning it off. I said, what the fuck is this? But now the nail polish is another layer that when I get home, I'm going to look at that and say, oh my God.
You're not going to look at it again.
You know what? I'm not. I'm sorry, guys. If you believe that I was going to do that shit, you had another thing coming. I love to white lie a lot.
And then the helicopter crashes into the glacier or continent or whatever it is. And I have no idea why or how.
Right, because what's going on in the ocean has shit to do with what's going on in the air.
Yep.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Like he's just like, oh no. And I'm like,
Why? Why?
What's the... Are you...
No connection, anything. If I can find the screenplay writer, which is Ace Hannon, I want to ask him what was he trying to articulate and how much tape did he run out? You remember like in the 70s when you filmed the movie, here's our budget, here's all the film you have for this project. Did they run out of film and said we can't if they don't have the digital capacity, because obviously they had to do this retro. Did you run out of film and you just said fuck it, no true connection, this
just make them crash?
Just make them crash. No one's gonna ask.
It made 0 sense.
Zero.
And it added nothing to the movie.
Nothing at all.
What the fuck is what I'm saying?
I agree.
Thank you. Thank you.
I agree. You're dropping knowledge. It's funny how, what's her name? Debbie. It's funny how Debbie, she's like, oh, what is going on with the whales? They don't move in migrations like this. I've been here before and they don't move like this. Something's going on. And then she said, in this murky ass, dark ass ocean polar cap water, she says, oh, that's the problem. The LFAS transmitter. Those are illegal. That's the problem. And then she proceeds to do some weird shit and tackle it and break it. If I'm in a sub and I see something beacon in there, I would not assume it's that. I'm just going to be like, what the fuck is that?
No, she fucking tracked that right away. She was just like, oh. That's just exactly what it is. I'm in a sub and I can barely see shit, but... There was so much stupid camera work or whatever where it's just like, look at this crazy picture we have from the sub, and it's just static, and they're like, oh my God, what the fuck is that?
I know.
And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
But they were trying to convince us.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is some murky shit. Very murky shit. Let's cut to the oil rig.
Yeah.
They're talking about some shit. And then he says, the guy said,
oh my God, I know what you're going to say.
as long as we have a sense of humor about this, everything is going to work out. And then I'm like, what the fuck does this mean?
Because he was like, whatever, everybody pisses on each
Yes!
other. Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm killing unless I got a snake bite and it requires human piss on me, we are not pissing on people. I don't give a fuck where we at because
oh my God.
Here's the rabbit hole I went down. I said, you piss on me. Not only am I pissing in everything you have, toothbrush, food, drinks, everything. When I get back to mainland, I'm pissing on your family. This is going to go beyond the level. You're going to get so mad at me because I'm pissing on everyone in your genetic bloodline.
This is going to go to your ancestors.
Oh,
this
my
is going to go
God.
to your future children and their children
my
and
God.
their children.
I'm going to grave sites.
Do not pee on someone else.
They will learn today. Because that will be the last time they'll be in court like, I started it, but I didn't think it was going to go that far. Well, sir, you pissed on them.
This was so fucking confusing because they go to this Japanese like oil rig or whatever it was in the middle of the ocean. They did not explain.
Just some reason it's there.
Yeah.
I don't know where we at. So just location. So we obviously north near Alaska.
We were, but now we're in Japan, Japanese waters.
Japanese waters and then in San Francisco. Okay.
Yeah. In Japan on this oil rig, the conversation that opens up is just like, whatever, it's just a little fun, like whatever, blah, blah. And what? And then they go on to explain it, and you're just like, wait, what? Nobody does that.
I know.
Who the fuck pisses on people as a joke?
Exactly.
What kind of white cis man bullshit is this?
I know, and it's killing me because
what?
To get to work on an oil rig, I don't think of them as like the deadliest catch people.
No.
I think of it as a little bit more like skilled. So this is like a 6-figure job. You're not going to piss on me in a 6-figure job. I'm telling you that straight. And now if we make it like $11.50 hour, I can see somebody like being dumb enough to think they can pissing on someone is okay.
Of course.
But at 6 figures, you're not pissing on me. I'm telling you, I'm pissing on your whole family.
Yeah, and the guy had to explain it. He's like, no, we don't do that in Japan.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. We don't do that, period.
Period.
It's not a Japanese thing. What the fuck?
It is a global universal thing. And if I know there's life out there, it's a transplanetary thing too. Like, we don't do that shit.
These people are engineers. Yeah. They are like smart as fuck.
Exactly.
Who the fuck is pissing on these people?
I fucking don't know. And then the little clip of the people who was there, I started to look like, oh, he looks like a fucking pisser. Look at him. Get his ass out. He'll be flying on the first chopper out. Fuck this. You're not pissing on me.
But they never like expand. They're just like, we pissed on some guys. Anyway, let's talk about this, whatever's going on here.
And then all of a sudden, doom, octopus. And then it cut. Now we're in San Francisco.
Right. With the move the camera real fast earthquake.
It kills me. It makes me think, like, what year was this? I know what year the movie was filmed or at least released.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they go, it's not San Francisco they go to.
Oh my God.
Point Dume, California.
Yes.
Which is close to Los Angeles. It's a lot further south than San Francisco.
San Francisco, okay.
And I had to look this up because I was like, you were just in Alaska. You stole a sub to go to Alaska.
You stole that.
And then you went back to your lab. I
don't even know how long that was.
I'll tell you. Just to drive there, which I assume would be faster than a sub.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's 59 hours.
Yes.
So I'm calling a bullshit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I'm sitting there like, wait, they were in Alaska. And now he's like, he pulls up and said, well, I'm the navigator. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? And they pulled up right to a beach area.
Yep.
Not a house, not a building, but an active whale crime scene.
Yeah.
Like, why is that the place you dropped me off?
And the way he drove up there, it's like, whoa, it's been a long night with that thing we did in the sub a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Whoa, I can't wait to get home and hit the hay.
Yep.
But no.
No
Wait,
luggage,
what?
no neck pillow, nothing. I didn't see a single neck pillow. It was like, what the fuck is
Not
that?
one.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh my God. And then they were in a pickup, and there's nothing wrong with a pickup, but I think it was a Ranger, and my brain said that is the world's worst 59-hour driving vehicle to be cooped up in that long because the seats don't adjust.
I believe it was a sedan.
Okay.
However.
Okay. Well, that's
it's
a little
still
bit.
bullshit.
It's still bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because, I mean, obviously, they didn't drive all the way from Alaska. They took the sub back from Alaska.
Right. Because they stole
the
it
sub.
from. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? That sub travel on that sub, it had to been a week.
At the very least.
At the very least.
What the fuck are they doing in that tiny ass sub for a fucking week?
Oh,
they don't have food. They don't. No, no.
Yes, this is bullshit. It was planned. She chose to steal a sub, and he was like, "I'm gonna go with you." I think he liked her.
Doy.
Yeah, because you don't steal no sub like that and think you finna be cooped up and not worry about punishment. Because he didn't worry about it. Because he's like, technically, I didn't take the sub. She just asked me to do some button shit in the back of her.
That doesn't get you out of anything.
It does not.
You are an accomplice.
You are definitely an accomplice, and you're fucking fired too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the fuck out of here.
So then they pull up to this whale, this beached whale, and he's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to get in trouble. She like barely makes it out of the car.
Yeah, he drives off. And she was killing me because she kept saying things like, I thought I saw something, but I don't know. And my brain thinking is, bitch, you noticed that LFAS that fast, and whatever you saw in those ice caps, you said, did I see what I'm thinking? I was like, are you drunk? Like, you didn't seem drunk to me. But she kept saying, I don't know what I thought I saw. Never mind.
Yeah, no, she could see like a 6-inch, whatever that thing is called, but the gigantic, like 50-foot, whatever. I'm not sure if that's what it was.
Yeah, it's
which is fair because all of those cameras were bullshit anyway.
Yes. The sizes I wrote on one of my pages in different sizes. Like every different shot, it was a different size. Like, what the fuck is this? Is this a dolphin or a octopus or like a big octopus? What the fuck is it?
So she's at the beach whale and she's like, I'm a scientist now. I've got my lab coat. What's going on? And she crouches down to this like nasty corpse flesh. Like they really milked this nasty, fleshy, bloody, nasty shit. And she leans down to this other female scientist and she says, what did I miss? And the other lady's like, any chance for a career advancement? And then her response is, poor guy. Was she talking about the whale? Was the other scientist talking about the whale? He can't get career advancement now because he's dead?
It was so confusing. And you're right. I'm not the best writer.
No, me neither.
But when you write things, lines and words need to have significant importance. That exchange of verbal regurgitation of just words, it meant nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all. It was useless for the scene.
Yep.
And it's just with things that were said. And then she immediately went to, what's that right there? Oh, yeah, I don't know. And the guy walked up like, what are you doing here?
You're a loose cannon.
You're a loose cannon. You stole our sub and you're going to be reprimanded in the morning. Huh?
What's up?
Yeah, in the morning. Well, what's this? This was a propeller damage. Nothing out there can do this but propellers. But what's that right there? We should do it. You have forceps. She didn't have the tools. They just sitting here looking at this big ass carcass of whale.
Everyone else was like, I don't have time for this. This is a beach whale. We don't care.
We don't care. You know what I know?
And Debbie's like, I am dedicated to my job.
I love whales and everything water. I was born.
The fucking water.
Oh, Anita, I wish I had gills, is what I got from her. and what stood out to me in that scene was, first of all, every guy's in black had on glasses, but it was the one guy in black with the phone. And he was just, everybody else, the other two were looking serious, and he just like having a whole conversation. just moving his lips and just like he's not doing the job. I'm like, why are you guys looking so corny to me?
All of the non-scientists in that scene were like, my cousin called me today and asked if I had a black suit. And I was like, yeah, why?
Right.
And he was like, we need some like, I don't know, bodyguard looking guys that look like they're from the feds or like CIA or something
like that.
And I was like, oh, I could totally do that because I look super official and super like, you know,
so good.
I could totally have that job.
Still got the tux that I wore to my dad's funeral. I can wear that.
And that's 100% what it was.
Yeah, I still got it. Yeah, I can do it. And I can imagine those guys telling every girl they know, like, hey, I'm going to be a mega shark and a giant octopus. And it's like, what's that? Oh, so
you don't
great.
know? Oh,
You
my
don't
God.
know.
Everyone's talking about
They're
it.
talking about it. You know what? You know, everybody got to pay their dues. And after this, I'm going to be in a Steven Spielberg. I keep saying Steven Spielberg, but I know other names.
No, there are no other names.
There are no other names. Just Steven Spielberg.
And so Debbie's like, oh, I'm going to get so fired. And
Yeah.
he's like, hey, Vince, let's go out for a drink. Well, I don't know how Vince even popped up again because he's like, fuck you guys, I'm going home.
Right. And then he came back and they were having drinks out of a brown paper bag. I said, what the fuck?
But you couldn't find a bar to shoot
bar.
at. You couldn't find like a label to put on those bottles. You had to like put a brown paper bag on. Oh my God, you guys.
There was so many different options, but they was like, as long as we have the light and we hear, let's just drink something. It's like, oh, but the label, we didn't get the sponsorship. All right, well, just put a paper bag on it and make it look like it's a black movie, like somebody in the hood. I was just sitting there like, oh my God, this like Boys in the Hood. Oh my God, this like Gin and Juice, like the Snoop Dogg and Gin and Juice. I'm just like, oh shit, why are they doing this? Oh my God.
Now no one will know that they're drinking alcohol.
Oh, we would have never
No one
guessed
has
it.
any idea.
Those are Capri Suns in there.
Exactly. Thank
Everyone
you.
knows.
The straws are just really big.
That's it. All right, so she comes back to the same after that. So I wrote this down. I said, the way to connect to a black man is easy with sports. She walked up and said, sports, hey, what are you here to check out the world? I don't have you coming here to check out there. Oh, boy, that game last night, it was crazy. I can't believe that the game went to the game when the game stuff game. He's like, I know, right? Well, get on in there. Oh,
Is that what she did? Because I don't even remember that
yeah,
part.
she brought up sports, and all of a sudden he stopped being professional. He
Because
stopped
I
being,
mean, why?
yeah,
Why bother like being any sort of rational? You can just talk about sports.
and that's it. And you lose your job that you get paid, that you provide for your family.
Sure.
And you got to explain to why you got fired. Well, I was doing my job, and then this white woman walked up and said something about the game last night.
I loved the game last night.
I loved the game last night. It was such a great game. I was working, but I was listening to it on the radio, and I knew everything that happened but the game. And now I got fired. What did I tell you about letting white women trick you? You don't know? And he was like, all right, Mary.
This is the 5th time it's happened.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Cut to next job. Hey, the game, right? Oh my God, the fucking game was the game. He's like, stop it.
Is that a gun? Oh, but that game.
The game.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you're good. All right, so that shit happened, and then he did some other corny shit like they're gonna drag it out to sea, but you know if they don't get it soon, it's gonna explode. So hurry up and get in there and do what you need to do. I was like, all right, brother. First of all, you ad-libbed that part.
I mean, good on you.
Yeah.
That was great. Because the idea of a whale exploding, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Love it.
But now my brain is thinking, how long is that process? How long that whale been there?
Way more than a couple days.
Yeah, and that's what I thought too. I felt like the gases and all that stuff, that's like a 10-day minimum.
The idea of a whale actually exploding, it seems like that was taken from when the government, in this specific instance, took explosives and stuffed them in a beach whale and made it explode.
Exactly.
It didn't explode on its own.
Exactly. But you know what? Everybody's fucked up with that because everybody think they explode. So everybody is stuck and lost in that world. Like, I've seen bunches of movies where it's like, it's going to explode. Comedy movies. But it's so stupid. Everybody thinks it is.
Let's think about it. I can imagine if a dead corpse explodes, I don't think it's going to explode. I think it's going to be like there's a tear and some gas comes out. Yeah, like
Just like,
it's disgusting, but
yeah.
it's not going to be showering people with flesh.
Yeah, they made it sound like it's going to explode enough to like damage a building or kill someone who's near. I don't think
Right.
it's going to do that.
No.
I'm not saying I want to try to test that hypothesis.
Absolutely not.
But if I can find a video on YouTube, I'm definitely going to watch it.
I'm there.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's just go to the plane because there's a part where they go back to Japan and nothing happens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, you're right. They did go back to Japan and they just interrogating the one guy who lived,
And he's Australian,
and he's Australian.
but I think he was in the last Japanese scene and he was not Australian. He was actually very New York in the last scene,
He was.
unless I'm being racist and it's not the same guy.
I thought it was the same guy. So I was super confused about him. And he drew this weird picture of what he thought he saw. And then he took all the sketches. And the Japanese guy was like, you know what? He said something like, I found out my family think I'm dead. I haven't had a chance to tell my family. They was like, look here, sir. You're in Japan and it could be a lot worse. So you need to tell us what happened. And the whole time I'm saying, this guy was at work.
Mm-hmm.
He got peed on. Then he got attacked by a giant octopus. And y'all treating him like a criminal?
Fuck that job. is
Fuck
what I'm
that
saying.
job. I don't need that fucking job.
Get the fuck out of that
I'm
job.
done with this.
Go where you gotta go, but go back to Australia.
Go back to
No
Australia,
one's
Australia, New York.
Maybe someone will piss on you in Australia. I
Yeah,
don't know,
I
but
don't know.
get the fuck out of
Get
Japan.
out of here because this is not worth it.
Nope.
Nowhere near worth it. Yeah, you're right. That was a small part. So I was like, what did he do wrong but survive? Maybe he should have died.
Right. They were interrogating him like he did something wrong. He's like, why are you doing this?
Right.
Just let me go. And they're like, yeah. Shut up.
just shut your mouth. Your lips are moving. Shut them. Tell us what happened there.
And then we get to the airplane.
Yeah.
And there's turbulence. And the scene was so hilarious to me. There's turbulence, and the flight attendant is like, "Oh, it's just an air pocket."
Yes.
And
yes.
then a guy is like, "I'm getting married in 2 days."
Yes.
And she's like, "Okay,
Okay,
I
you'll
didn't
be fine."
ask.
Right,
I don't-
right.
What
See,
the fuck are you telling me
I
this
didn't
for?
care. Like, sir, I'm just your flight attendant telling you to put your seat up right because we're going through an air pocket and it's turbulence. I didn't give a fuck about
This man was my favorite part of this movie. He was fucking hilarious because he was like, okay, and he sits back and he's like, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
And then he like jets out of his seat. He's like, holy shit!
And then this big ass massive shark is jumping thousands of feet in the air and grabbing his plane. And his response was the perfect response because if I see that myself, I'm saying, holy shit! Like, tell the pilot to do a basic maneuver or some shit. All flight pilots are ex-military pilots. Do something cool.
But no, that shark just ate that airplane.
Just ate it. Went up there, went in water, and bad CGI again.
Yeah,
Yep.
was the airplane like flying right above the ocean? Like,
It technically it wasn't because when they first showed it was in clouds. We know clouds are thousands of feet up, and somehow this shark managed to time this. I know planes a little bit. This 747. Going about anywhere from 400 to 500 miles an hour. Time this fucking plane, which is about cruising altitude, is about 35,000 feet. And let's say the plane, because it was turbulence, they were trying to get out of the clouds and anything. You go below the clouds, that's still about 17,000 feet. Let's just give it that.
Sure.
Just hypothetically, these numbers are right.
Yeah.
I'm sounding smart right now. Let me
You're
just roll
so
with it.
smart. Oh my God,
So,
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
this shark times this, so I can picture this shark in the water looking up like, I'm gonna time this shit right about. Let me go down and I'm gonna jump out and grab this motherfucking plane, and he grabbed.
Yes, because when he was like, holy shit, the shark was not way out in the distance. It was like he was looking down and he watched the shark come up at him. If this, like, I got to imagine, like, this shark had to have been way out in the distance.
Right.
And the plane is going towards it, and the shark to come up, like, I'm just talking logistics.
Yeah,
here. Like, what the fuck?
that's common sense. That's what it should have been. But I just felt like this shark was just took a chance and nailed it on the first try. First of all, I'm impressed.
I am 100% impressed because how?
You know how many times I tried to swat a fly and just miss? And it's right by me.
Right. And they don't go as fast as
Airplane, nowhere near.
No.
Amazing. And then for the director to say, hey, CGI team, hey, what's up? What you need, boss? It's like, hey, I got this cool ass idea. Check this out. What if we make the mega shark jump out the ocean and grab the plane? Well, that's mathematically impossible, but that's what you want. We'll do it. And they did it.
I mean, but
Yeah.
how far in the air do you think that plane was? I mean, at the lowest.
At the lowest, 10,000 feet. But here's the thing. They got to communicate that with the towers and let people, because every plane travels at certain altitudes.
Right.
So that's a jet. They fly higher. If he's that low, he's flying in a propeller plane, like a piston plane
Yes.
range. Or some weird guy with the parachute with the big ass fan on his back area. Now he's flying in that person's area and that person's going to get hit. Or the bird's area. So there was a lot of things like, why is this happening? But he felt so comfortable to say that and to put that in the movie.
You know what? Thank you for doing that movie.
Oh.
I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
So then we cut to Debbie
Yes.
walking out of her office building, carrying her desk paraphernalia, whatever. And some guy's like, oh, you gotta blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you're not my boss anymore, Dick. And
Yes.
I was like...
I mean, first of all, that's amazing. You can stick it to someone. Not only you stole his sub, and now you have to just be polite. But now that he's no longer your boss, you say, you're not my boss anymore. You dick.
However, that was his name. No.
Yeah.
No, it's still amazing.
It still
because
is.
I'm sure it's like usually Richard, and she's like, no, you're not my boss anymore,
Dick.
Dick.
Dick, I know. Oh, the way she said it too. He was like, hey, were you saying my name or were you calling me a dick? I'm trying to specify because I want to say that you're talented. You need to step away from don't live your life in the ocean, in the water, because you're talented. You need to tone it back and be in reality. Shut up.
Dick.
Send him a text message before she like, Dick. And that's it. With one exclamatory mark. So now,
And then she sends him a screenshot of just like their text, and it just says "dick" above it. You're dick in my phone.
yeah, have you been victim of unsolicited dick pics? Yeah, my name is Dick. Well, that's a funny sketch. Like you do that, and then it's nothing but a bunch of pictures of regular guys, but their name is Dick. That is funny. I love that.
Starting with my grandfather. Now Debbie's going to go visit an old professor.
Yes, her old professor with
who
this
is
old ass.
occasionally Irish.
I love that you caught that because I suck at accents, but I'm sitting here like, is he jumping in and out of this shit? Because I know I suck, but I think he's jumping in and out of this shit.
He 100%. I was like, oh, he's an old professor. And then like 2 minutes later, it's like, oh, I guess he's Irish because now he's saying Irish things. Oh, wait. Now he's got an accent.
Yep.
It was all over the place.
And no one stopped him. They just let this old man do him. And I noticed that he had an old ass desktop. I wrote that. I said, old ass desktop at old ass nigga's house.
Yes. He had a huge, I'm a California professor house. Like, we've seen this house a million times.
Yeah.
It's exactly what your house would be.
Mm-hmm.
But also, how do you see through those glasses?
Them tiny ass.
What the fuck was that?
Oh my God. I feel like if they're prescription, if he look up or down, he's just blurred vision.
Just fuck.
Just fuck. I was like, who chose these glasses? Fire the costume director.
Yes, and if they are readers, they are still impossible to see out of.
Oh my God.
You're going to see like half of this sentence. What are you doing, dude? You are a professor. Oh, and they also at this point introduced
the Japanese guy.
No. Well, that's not what I was going to say, but probably. 2009 edits. I've been seeing a lot of 2009 asylum movies where they do like swift like cuts and then like still frames and then like everything goes black and white and then like
yes, okay, all right, so that's what that is. Okay, because my kid and wife tried to look at this with me. It was like, why is it going from black and white to color and all this? I said, I don't know. Maybe
it was really off-putting and hard to follow.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense at all.
No sense at all.
Yeah.
No sense at all. Maybe that's what these movies are. They like, hey, we could be better. We could be.
But check out these edits, you guys.
Check out these edits. Yes, they are old, but boy, look at those.
They were cutting edge for the time.
Well,
so don't even get on our backs about this.
Yeah. We just don't like change. Just let us have this.
Oh, the professor is also introduced as an ex-Navy paleontologist.
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
What, I don't even know what it is, but thank you for clarifying that because I missed that. Because later on, I'm going to tell you a griff I had with this fucking professor.
Okay.
And when it's later in the movie, so we're going to, but that kind of draws some significance to it. But what is that? Is that a guy who happens to be in the Navy? You know how the Navy have different things. Like you can join the Navy, but you can play football at the university. You can play volleyball. Also, you can be a part of the singing troupe. You can be part of the color guard. You can be part of the, and then we also have paleontologists. You can do that too, but still on weekends learn to fire a gun or a missile from the ship.
But also he's Irish.
Yeah. In
quote,
American.
unquote. I don't know if I'm not familiar with that.
I'm not. Maybe citizenship. Maybe he's a citizen.
Maybe.
I don't know. But joining, like, you would think he would have joined the Irish military. But
yeah, how are you in the American Navy? I don't know.
Are you
I mean,
dual
I could be totally wrong, but it just seems bullshit.
Because there are different people born other places, but they're citizens now, and then
Right.
they in them. Maybe he could be a citizen. Let's just give him that.
Fine.
We'll give him that. That's one thing we will give him. We won't hurt everybody in this movie, but then they want to fuck Asian guy and white girl. Because they were looking at each other. I was like, God damn.
Damn, you nailed it.
Like, I know fuck me eyes. I see that all in their eyes. And I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
The Asian guy was the best actor in the movie.
100%.
I'm looking like, geez, everything he's doing is believable. Like, he's keeping this movie afloat, and everyone else is just half-assing it.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
Amazing.
Even with the script he was given.
Yes, I could have seen him.
Especially with the script.
Oh, my God. He said, you know what? This is horrible, but I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix my part. I don't know about them.
Fuck out of this.
I'm going to crush it. Like, he was so good. They should have cast him in Crazy Rich Asians or Anything Everywhere All at Once. He could have done other movies, too. I'm sorry that I just said a bunch of Asian movies.
Yeah,
he could have done
do any movie.
Yeah, he could have did Demolition Man 2. I don't care. Whatever it is.
I just want to point out that when they all are in San Francisco and they get in the professor's car, I thought it was hilarious that he had an Obama bumper sticker on his car.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Yes. I was like, hey, he for the cause. Fist bump.
He suddenly reminded me of the dad in Get Out. He's like, I would totally vote for Obama for a third term.
Yes. That was so that vibe.
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's a good one.
Love it. Okay, so Asian scientist, who I believe is Seiji. Do you remember?
I do not.
I, at some point, had to look it up on IMDb because they didn't say it till the end, and I didn't want to call him Asian scientist.
Yeah, no, that's so much better than me.
So he doesn't think it's a megalodon, but everyone else does, or the other two nerds do. Because check out these drawings that I got from this guy who saw it in Japan.
Yeah, that we lock him the fuck up.
Yup. And he's like, look at the size of these eyes. And I'm like, it's a drawing?
Yeah.
And there's no scale?
It's non-scaled. Maybe that's the only thing he remember.
Like, you could show me this drawing of an octopus and you're like, oh, that's a regular octopus. It does not look giant. It is a drawing with no scale. You guys, come on.
Yeah, they were killing me. It's like they were acting all like, oh, I don't know. Because everybody was in fucking denial that this was happening. Like, no, This is happening, people. We are living in this world. Yeah, we're going to give them names now because you're right.
No, we're not going to give Debbie a name because they don't actually say her name until like the last 2 minutes.
I give you credit. No, you're right. Just CG. He gets his name.
I believe it's Seiji.
Seiji.
I heard it a couple times because I had to really pay attention because nobody says anyone's fucking name in this movie.
I know.
With every fucking asylum movie, everyone's like, hey, you, or she, or just... Can you give me a name, please?
Name is super important. It's like they're missing that. it's important in everyday life to know a name. Granted, sometimes I don't know a name and I'm just fucking stuck. But I say cool things like, "Hey, brother,"
friend,
or "friend." "Hey, hey, guy," "Hey, bestie,"
"Hey, accomplice,"
"comrade." You know, I'm trying to say a bunch of cool stuff to make them like, "Yeah, we're close."
Yeah, hell yeah.
What happened? Oh, I'll tell you what. This is the first week where we're splitting our episodes in half, so you'll have to stay tuned until next week to get the stunning second final part of Case Study 0036, Mega Shark versus whatever. But thanks for joining us this week on the Asylum Case Study. Special thanks to comedian and improviser Raju Ben and the very handsome and talented Andy Slater, our mixer and engineer extraordinaire. Make sure to visit us at asylumpod.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Spotify, or whatever, so you'll never miss a case study. While you're at it, if you found any bit of enjoyment in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. Unless you're going to be a dick, then no thank you. So until next time, I'm Tressa Slater, and haven't you guys ever been to a frat party? You're taking this way too seriously.